What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt. I'm Derek. Now, a few things I want to get out of the way really quick. Number one, we are up to 172 subs. Thank you so much. You guys kick all the, can I say ass? Within the first 2 minutes of a YouTube video? You guys kick butt. There we go. And also, I'm late getting this review out because sickness rolled through my household again. So I was basically on full-time dad duty all weekend because my wife was super duper sick this weekend. Originally I was planning to have this out on Monday, but life finds a way, I suppose. But today I am talking about one of my most anticipated horror movies of the year, and that movie is Fear Street Prom Queen, directed by Matt Palmer. Now, this was just released May 23rd on Netflix. This is a sequel to the Fear Street trilogy, and if it's not a sequel, it is definitely set in the exact same universe as the original trilogy, because, you know, one, the title, and two, there are certain nods throughout the movie to the movie that came before it, or I guess one of them that came before it, because it goes 94, 78, 1666, and then 94 part 2, and this is set in 1988. Just an all-around awesome year. But spoilers are coming. I am going to talk about them. This is essentially a whodunit. I am going to talk about the reveal and everything. So if you have not seen Fear Street Prom Queen, definitely make sure to check it out. But if you're still with me, super quick plot synopsis. All the prom queen candidates are getting picked off one by one in Shadyside. So, who is in Fear Street Prom Queen? We have India Fowler as Lori Granger, Fina Straza as Tiffany Falconer, and Susanna Sun as Megan Rogers. What's good about Fear Street Prom Queen? Well, right out of the gate, this is an 80s slasher. Hell yes. This guy obviously wore the wrong shirt because this is from the 70s, but, you know, whatever. I was born in the 80s. I lived the 80s. I love the 80s. You can kind of barely see. I need to get better lighting. See all my Freddy Krueger stuff I have back there. 80s. Through and through till I die. So I was already really excited about that. One thing I wasn't expecting in the movie was Phantasm references, which I guess I wouldn't even say it's a reference, but Easter eggs, because Phantasm 2 is playing at the movie theater. Megan, our just, I guess, horror buff, who is an awesome character, by the way, reading Fango, and yeah, Phantasm 2 is on the cover. I got a kick out of that because for my Franchise Wednesdays, right now, I am going through Phantasm, and actually Phantasm 4 was just released. So, and Phantasm 2 is pretty solid. All right, our main character, India Fowler. She plays Lori Granger. There was moments in the movie where I was like, she kind of looks a little bit like Kim Myers from Nightmare on Elm Street 2 as Lisa. Like, just, like, sir, I can't articulate it perfectly, but there were some instances where I was like, they could be related. But, so, that reminded me of Lisa. And Lisa was a great character in Nightmare 2. So, oh, speaking of Nightmare on Elm Street, I found this awesome poster. I'm assuming fan-made. I mean, it could have been Netflix-made. I'm going to pop it up right here-ish in the video so you guys can see it. It's Nightmare 1, but still awesome. And anytime I get to talk about Nightmare, I'm going to take it. Okay, our main bad bitch, played by Fina Straza, is perfect. She made me, like, it's just like wrestling with heel and face. You know, your job is to make me hate you or to feel some kind of emotion towards you. She knocked it out of the park just being a royal bitch. So great job to her. Gonna go ahead and say that. The kills in the movie, they're pretty good. Some of them, like, there was a couple that leave a little more to be desired. But, you can't, like, every kill can't be a 10. This isn't Terrifier by any means. But the kills that shine, they shine through really good. One example I'm going to give, and it's not even the full, like, the actual killing of the person, but just the leading up to it. The guy and the paper cutter getting his freaking hands cut off with the paper cutter. Literally in my notes, I have excellent usage of a paper cutter. Because ever since 2004's Punisher, I've wanted to use, or I want the occasion to arise where I need a weapon and the only thing I can use is a paper cutter. Whether it's like it's used in Fear Street or more likely how it's used in Punisher 2004. If you incorporate a paper cutter into a kill, basically, I'm on board with it. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to go ahead and assume many other people are right there with me. The score by the Newton Brothers was good. I'm not going to say carried like it was a bad movie or anything, but it accented what was going on well in the movie. Power Glove is in the credits, and I can't even tell you how awesome that is. If you are unaware or just unfamiliar with Power Glove, please, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, whatever, look it up. You're going to love it, I promise. And then, getting more into spoiler territory, last positive I will mention is having a third killer threw me off a lot. But let's just segue right into what's bad, because adding that third killer was crucial in my mind, because Helen Keller could have predicted who the two other killers were. And it was our main bitch's mom and dad, played by Chris Klein and, Catherine Waterston. Sorry, this might sound bad. Anybody really associated with Alien Covenant, I haven't forgiven them for that mess. Ridley Scott being the forefront of that. But no. Which, I'll be 100% honest, I didn't even recognize her as the mom in this. But I guess the only thing I've really seen her in was that abomination I mentioned. And not going to mention it again. But yeah, it was way too easy to see what was happening. And that is disappointing. Because in a whodunit, you got to keep me guessing till the end, as I assume many of you are the same. This one didn't. You could, like I said, Helen Keller could have seen this one coming a mile away. Now, speaking of those killers, I thought there was times where Chris Klein, who's awesome in a bunch of other stuff that he's in, like, the American Pie franchise, thought he was great as Oz in those movies. He was, like, overacting to the point where I was like, ugh, like kind of cringing, gritting my teeth, like, oh, dude, that's just not good. No. And then the music selection. This seems like a weird thing to complain about, considering it does play a lot of 80s pop hits that you were very familiar with. That's what my problem is it's literally nothing but that. Now, I will use Maxine as a reference, and I know you're going to be like, well, Derek, they were playing St. Elmo's Fire like the whole time in the movie. Yeah, I know. I get that. I hear that. But just wait. They also slipped in some deep cuts, like from Rat, that kind of mixed it up a little bit. So you're like, oh shit, I never would have guessed that's going to be in this movie. And this one, it just plays it safe, and it's like somebody just, all right, we need 80s music. All right, let's just Spotify some stuff. Okay, all right, 80s hits. Here we go. Play that playlist. Another Thing Coming by Judas Priest? Yeah, let's throw it on there. Everybody will love it. Like, mix it up a little bit. Like, you can give me, like, the Never Gonna Give You Ups and all that other stuff, but throw in some deep cuts too to just diversify your soundtrack, and I promise you it'll make it 10 times better. Yeah, those were the only complaints I had with the movie. So let's just move to rewatch by review. Would I rewatch Fear Street Prom Queen? Yes, and because my wife was sick, I'm going to have to. So I will hopefully be able to analyze and just kind of be eagle-eyeing it and seeing if I missed any references to Fear Street 78. Would I buy Fear Street Prom Queen? If I could, yes. But unfortunately, as far as I know, Netflix isn't going to like release their stuff on Blu-ray, because why do that? What score would I give Fear Street Prom Queen? This may be controversial because I've seen a lot of bad reviews for this, and I had I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I'm going to give it an 8. Good characters, and it's an 80s whodunit slasher. Like, I don't know if they were expecting this to reinvent the wheel. I'm not saying it played it safe by any means, especially with the kind of change up with the third killer and just turning it on its head, because like when they revealed that, I was like, oh, you did kind of trick me, but I was definitely on the right path. But it's still just a fun movie, and if you love 80s horror, 80s slashers, definitely make sure to check this one out. That'll do it for Fear Street Prom Queen, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to talk about the other 3 too, let's go ahead. Let's have us a talk, please. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed yourself today, and consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already, because we are growing and we would love to have you. So, yeah, until next time, have a good one, guys.
From the crypt, his voice will